Good evening to all of you. Session that you have been looking forward to very keenly. Yes, we are going to be discussing about the application of your gate score, gate marks, gate rank, call it by whatever name, because I am using all the three terms. The reason is कहीं पे gate score का mention है, कहीं पे gate marks का mention है और कहीं पे gate rank का mention है. So we are going to be talking about each of these three as the need arises, right? Going forward, starting with electrical engineering first, right? We are going to be covering electrical engineering, EC and IN, all three. And the data that we are going to be discussing, the data that we are going to be sharing with you is received based on a number of RTIs that have been filed, plus obviously some information which is available on the respective IIT websites. CCMT data entirely in its entirety has been sourced from CCMT website only, right? But then data related to cutoffs of PSUs, data related to cutoffs at some of the IITs is exclusively obtained after filing a number of RTIs. So definitely it's an effort, but then take full advantage of all this information and make a judicious choice while making an application for admission or while applying to a PSU. The cutoff scores, yes sir.
Procedure तो common है ना sir?
Procedure is common.
Electrical, electronics,
Procedure,
only cutoffs are different sir.
Exactly. It's only the cutoffs which are variable. They will vary from branch to branch. But procedure in terms of admission process, procedure in terms of the
PSU
steps,
selection process,
procedure in terms of even the PSU selection process, that is going to be identical whether it is electrical or electronics. The only non-overlapping factor is the cutoff for respective courses.
Yes sir.
So to that extent, electronics and instrumentation candidates, they might feel slightly off when we are talking about the cutoffs of E specific courses, but then the rest of it is going to be uniform across the board. So stay tuned. That's something which you will be benefiting. Okay, sir. Starting with the cutoff,
yes,
the
sir.
qualifying marks. Qualifying marks are important. The reason why they are important is that whenever you are talking about registering for NIT admissions, that is on the CCMT website, whether it is for COAP, the common online admissions portal for admission to various IITs, there is a term called qualified candidates only, eligible candidates only. The definition of eligible is that you should have received, you should have got qualifying marks in your chosen discipline based on your category, and the gate score should be for the last 3 years only, which means gate score of 24, 25 and 26. A, qualifying marks, B, gate score of the previous 3 years. That is the only consideration for making you an eligible candidate. It's important because some of the new students might be missing out this finer point. In terms of cutoff marks, 27.7 for the general category, which is higher than last year.
थोड़ा increase हुआ sir थोड़ा.
So generally an increase in cutoff is an indication of slightly lesser degree of difficulty. But I am putting a question mark on that. No comments related to that. The score for OBC, again, it is arrived at by simply reducing 10% from 27.7. And 18.4, that is the cutoff for the SC, ST and PWD categories, is 1/3 less than the general category cutoff. 27.5 multiplied by 2 divided by 3 will be 18.4. Obviously, it is rounded off in case it's not a exact multiple or something, right? It's clearly visible from the previous years. 25 less 10% is 22.5. 25 less
Slightly
1/3
increased, sir.
will be 16.66, but then they are giving it only to one place of decimal. This is for EE. Let me reiterate. This is the cutoff for EE. We will be likewise talking about the cutoff for EC and IN also, but as we proceed. So the next slide is important. This is something which is important even for some of you. Here we are not giving the individual scores. We are giving a range. Rank 1 to 50 if your gate marks are above 71 or a gate score which is above 843. Likewise, This is based on the data that has been received from the various candidates who have submitted their information to us. Purely based on that, no extrapolation at our end. But then obviously 100 may not be there, so 19 the score of 99 or 102, likewise to that extent only we have done the observational correction. The rest of it is purely based on the information that has been submitted. It gives you a fair idea about score versus rank versus marks. So it's a good indicator for you where you stand.
देखिए सर
Right,
इधर
sir.
स्लाइट वेरिएशन देखिए सर
Just within exactly,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
exactly. Just with 0.3 marks,
Yes, sir.
your rank goes down. Right?
that means every 1 mark also important.
See, as we keep going in higher, numerically higher ranks, the gap between marks keeps reducing.
Yes, sir.
And at the same marks, you will have 10, 20, 30 candidates having identical marks and score. It's possible, by the way. Utilization of gate. Again, it's something which is uniform across the board. Irrespective of which branch are we talking about, this is applicable for EC, EE, IN, DS, AI,
For all the
anything that
branches,
you talk,
for
for
all
all
the
the branches,
branches,
for all the branches. But obviously, we are going to be focusing mainly on this aspect,
PSU,
possibly this
PSU,
and this.
PSU.
These are the three major areas where we are going to be putting our focus on. Management courses again are open for admission based on gate score. Let me start with this being a minimum in number. MBA at IISc. 50% of the seats are filled up based on gate score, open to candidates of any discipline in engineering. There is a similar course offered by Department of Management Studies at IIT Kanpur. Again, using gate score only. Plus, there are allied courses like industrial engineering, and the industrial engineering department at IIT Kanpur is offering a course which is IME, Industrial and Management Engineering, again based on gate score. Very good placements, but it's like an interdisciplinary course, right? Similar courses are there in some of the other IITs also.
Sir, will they
Yes.
conduct any interview, sir, for this one?
Obviously,
Yes.
obviously,
Okay,
they
okay.
conduct GD and interview.
Okay,
This is followed by GD plus interview.
Okay, sir. Okay.
In some cases, there is a writing ability test. WAT lagate hain, WAT. So, don't get scared. It's a writing ability test.
Sir, for this one also, I think
Some foreign universities,
Singapore,
are
Germany.
doing the initial shifting based on gate score. The NTU, Nanyang Technical University in Singapore, SIU, Singapore International University. There is a university in Munich which is also giving due, let's say, recognition to the gate score. They are doing the first round of shortlisting, and then obviously they follow their subsequent process, which is writing the SOP and
that
submitting your
academics also important.
other
I think, sir.
academics play a very important
Yes, sir.
role.
Academics and
Yes.
that recommendation letters.
When we talk about higher studies in Indian universities, essentially we are talking about admission to M.Tech or M.Tech by research and dual degree. That means M.Tech plus PhD. Right? It's an integrated 5 years course, but then there is an option to drop out after completing your course requirements for M.Tech. Research oriented jobs, 2 prime names. As a matter of fact, 3 prime names which will come in the list. The top of the list is BARC. Then we have DRDO. ISRO is selective. I am using the term selective. ISRO is open through gate only for EC candidates. Not
Will
for
they
EE.
conduct interviews, sir? Will they conduct
They
interviews?
conduct interviews.
Okay.
They conduct interviews. We'll take a quick look at the process followed by different PSUs, whether it is interview only, whether it is GD plus interview,
Okay.
and so on. We'll have discussion. But at the same time, I also want to mention something, that as and when we get the shortlist declared by any PSU, I'll be conducting specific sessions aimed at that particular PSU, which you can join by submitting your call details. I'll give the email ID address where you can send these call particulars so that you can be invited to join those sessions. Right?
I think this CSRI.
CSIR, exactly, sir.
Yes.
I was just about to say
Yes, sir.
CSIR for JRF, Junior Research Fellowship.
Yes, sir.
They are also using the gate score for giving you the option to join as a junior research fellow, which means ultimately leading to PhD degree, award of the PhD degree. Again, open to all disciplines. Before I pass on to Kiran Sir, I'll devote a few minutes on PSU cutoffs, because I'm sure this is something which you are keenly looking forward to. Number of PSUs are recruiting based on GATE, though some PSUs have opted out of GATE. And in fact, two very important names which have opted out of GATE are IOCL and ONGC. In fact, both these PSUs were recruiting based on GATE till the year 2025.
पहले का होता था सर.
Yes, sir. In fact, ONGC recruited through GATE from 2015 till 2024. IOCL has opted out this year only. In fact, HPCL has also opted out of GATE for the last 3 or 4 years only. Not only HPCL, but also its subsidiary, it's a co-venture of the state government, HRRL. They are also not going through GATE. They are conducting their own exam. Important to see that the PSUs which are listed in this cluster, GATE score plus GD or case study, followed by an interview. Practice which is followed uniformly for all branches. It is not only for EE or ME or CE, it is across the board. It's the same process. Weightage of GATE score, at times it is mostly GATE marks, which is 80%, 20% for interview plus GD put together, or 85% of the GATE marks and 15% for the performance in the GD or interview, right? The only two PSUs which are not having any interview is Airport Authority of India and NTPC.
Those who are having the fear about interview.
Those, exactly. Some of you have the fear of interview. So, these are the two organizations which they can pitch for.
Direct recruitment.
Correct. NTPC generally is a year behind. This year, they will announce their recruitment process for GATE 2025 scorecard. They use only 1 year scorecard. Right? Moving forward, we were talking about BARC as a research organization. They are using the GATE score only for shortlisting for the interview. And BARC also conducts its own exam. And there is no quota allocation. It is not that 20% seats will be through GATE score and 80% will be through their own exam, or it is 30-70 or anything, nothing of that sort. There is no internal fixation of that sort, right? So, BARC conducts an interview which is out and out technical. Again, common across the board, which means that when we are going to discuss the cutoffs of the other branches, this aspect is something which we will just quickly ignore so that we don't waste your time. Only technical interview, and it can be lasting from 45 minutes to 90 minutes.
Relatively, when compared to other PSUs, का थोड़ा difficulty level थोड़ा
Very
ज़्यादा
exhaustive.
Yes,
Very exhaustive interview
very in-depth, I
and
think.
fully technical.
Yes, sir.
Don't think that they will not ask you any personal questions like what is the place to where you belong, where did you do your B.Tech from, what does your father do. They may ask these questions, but there is absolutely no weightage for them. These questions are small talk, primarily to put you at ease. They want you to come out with your best performance. They first want you to make you comfortable, and then they will start the grilling process. Prepare thoroughly, starting with definitions and going up to important derivations.
Some derivations, some designing aspects.
Exactly. If you are pitching for this organization, start preparing right now. PHEL conducts its own exam, CIL conducts its own exam, or GATE alternate years.
Is every alternate year?
Every alternate years.
That
Exactly.
India Limited.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like they recruited through GATE 24, then they had own exam in 25, and now this year again it's likely to be based on GATE only. Right? DRDO uses GATE score for shortlisting, followed by a conventional paper or directly for an interview. Again, technical interview, but generally the interview duration is less than 1 hour. NPCIL shortlists based on gate score, but last 3 years, that means this year the gate score of 24, 25 and 26 will be valid. They'll give the shortlist based on this, right? NBCC, NFL, ONGC, they are conducting their own exam followed by interview.
If they conduct their own exam, it is advantage for students, sir. Those who did not perform well in the gate,
Naturally, you
they
see,
get
if you
some
didn't
another
do well,
chance.
if you didn't do well in gate, so here is an opportunity for you
They
to
get another
have
chance.
another go.
Yes.
Exactly. The only thing is that it is not gate and or this.
Yes,
it is
sir.
gate or this.
Yes, sir.
That's the only thing. BARC is the only exception.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Number of PSUs who have been recruiting through gate, obviously the names in the last row are conducting their own exam now. EIL, NPCIL, NLC, NALCO, DRDO, CIL, alternate years, Airport Authority, direct recruitment, no interview, THDC, again a good organization for electrical and mechanical and civil engineers, particularly GAIL, occasionally electrical, but civil and electronics and mechanical always. PGCIL is a very good organization from electrical engineers perspective, and also they have another company called Gridco. Earlier it was known as POSOCO, which was recruiting based on gate score. Again, very good organization from electrical engineers perspective. These organizations have already declared their intent to recruit through gate, and as I said, NTPC will be based on 2025. Yes, 2025, sir. UP Bridge, UP State Bridge Corporation, UP Power Corporation, they are again recruiting based on gate scorecard. BARC, again cutting across all disciplines, they are having two options. One is the 1 year program OCES, second is a 2 years program called DGFS. DGFS is more like a sponsored M.Tech program. In case you have taken admission in IIT Bombay for some of the select courses, you are directly eligible for migrating to DGFS. And obviously the advantage is that after completing your M.Tech, you end up getting 2 extra increments in comparison with the candidates who are shortlisted based on OCS. There is a stipend payment during first year, and then after the completion of the training, you get absorbed in the regular
1 year program rigorous रहते हैं sir थोड़ा?
Very rigorous.
Very rigorous.
1 year program, training program by BARC as well as at NPCIL. It's like 5-day classes and 6th day test. Okay. And you are on your toes the entire 50 weeks.
Evaluation every week.
Every week. Okay.
And
you have to really be clearing the cutoffs in every test that you are appearing for. No exceptions to the rule. This number is critical. This number is critical. Last year, the cutoff for EE was 720. Sir, it is a function of increase in the number of vacancies also.
Okay, sir.
Last year, the number of vacancies for electrical was high.
Okay, sir. Okay.
In fact, when I conduct the session for BRC specifically, I will be discussing about the number of vacancies, the possible selection ratio, those aspects also I will cover, besides obviously giving you an insight into the list of preferred subjects which you should be preparing, where the focus is more, etc. But not during today's session. But this number 720 is important. It was the cutoff, gate cutoff for the previous year's shortlist for appearing in the interview process. Now we take a look at some of the PSUs who are recruiting based on gate, the cutoffs. NTPC cutoff rank. Notice that it is rank. Yes. It is not marks or score, but it is the rank. 1027 for electrical, 1498 for instrumentation. Again, I repeat, it is rank. Let me write down loud and clear so that there is no mistake. It is the gate rank in 2024.
It is also big figure, sir. Up to
it's a big number. It's a big number. Up to 1000, if you are getting a gate rank of 1000, still you get a direct recruitment in NTPC, which is very good, right? And obviously, depending on the category, it goes up and down.
Yes, sir.
This seems to be an exception. Right? Because normally OBC does not go below general category. IOCL, the cutoff for 2024 has been indicated, just for giving you an idea. Not relevant today, but it's only for giving you an indication. This is the gate marks for candidates
Now
who
they are
were.
conducting their own exam.
Now they conduct their own exam. DVC, again recruiting based on gate. The cutoff is 36.33 for unreserved category and moving. The lower gate score for EWS category can partially be because of less number of candidates who applied from that category. That's the only possible explanation. There is no other reason. This is the cutoff for C&I, that is primarily control and instrumentation.
For electronics.
The electronics candidates are eligible to apply here,
Okay.
and the cutoffs are 59.33, 49.67, etc., etc. PGCIL again recruits for EE as well as EC. The EE cutoff is 51 for unreserved. Again, notice that it is marks, not score. 51 reasonably high for GATE 2025, because last year electrical paper was a little tougher, so therefore the cutoff marks went a little higher in comparison. It little lower in comparison with the earlier years. NPCIL, the cutoff for interview call, we are given for the 2 years 2025 and 2024. You can take a look. Last year the cutoff was 614 gate
This is
score.
the final selection, sir, this one?
No, sir. It is for interview call.
Only interview
This
call.
is
Okay.
cutoff for interview call
Okay.
only.
Okay, sir.
Right? And depending on the category, it goes down. Airport Authority of India direct appointment offer,
It is the score.
cutoff marks and score. Both
Score.
are available. So it's been mentioned here for electrical. Again, only for academic interest, GATE 23 cutoff scores for electrical and instrumentation for 2023 GATE.
But now they are
Not
conducting their
relevant.
own exam.
Not applicable now, not applicable anymore. Engineers India Limited again is recruiting based on GATE, and they are having two modes of recruitment. One is for the construction site and the other one is for others. Now, others primarily mean you get posted to the planning section or the design section, and the cutoffs have been indicated as shown. Lesser preference for construction site. Therefore, the cutoff in the other option is much higher for EIL, and EIL is a great PSU to work for. Haryana Power Generation Corporation again recruits based on GATE score. General category is 712 as the GATE score. Then these are state specific categorizations. The DSC, OSC, BCA, BCB,
In the BCA
backward
also
class category B,
subclassification.
backward class category A. There are different criteria, and these are very specifically Haryana state based, right? Grid India, or earlier which was POSOCO, the final cutoff based on GATE 24. GATE 24 and 25 both have been mentioned here. In GATE 24, it was 54 for general categories, but it went up significantly higher. Obviously, more interested people, less field job, more of desk job. That's probably the reason.
We got very much sense, sir.
Very high,
Drastically, yes,
very
sir.
high. Almost 15% higher.
Yes, sir.
15, more than 15% higher. Yes. But again, in terms of compensation package, POSOCO and Power Grid, it's identical.
Okay, sir.
Yes. But the posting is in major towns, not in the remote locations.
Oh, it is advantage, sir.
It's
Major
an
towns
advantage,
mentioned.
yes. Orissa Hydropower recruited based on GATE 23. The cutoff for male and female is separate. Coal India Limited, GATE 25. Sorry, it should read GATE 24, not 25, but 24. This is the cutoff score for electrical. Then we have Mangalore refineries. This is the old data, 2022 only. GAIL 25 cutoff is 46.33 for general and OBC, and less for SC/ST. No recruitment for PWD category. Bureau of Indian Standards recruited this year for electrical. You can imagine the number is very high.
Very, very high, sir.
Very high, but that's because there were just 1 or 2 vacancies.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And
980
BIS is a job which is preferred. It's a not only just a pure desk job, but is desk plus partially field. But you get an opportunity to participate in the creation of standards and approvals.
I think no PSU have this much of the cutoff.
No,
like 980.
no. This is an exceptionally high cutoff. Then Odisha Power Transmission Corporation again recruits through GATE with different cutoff for male and female candidates for the unreserved category and the state EBC, especially extra backward class category related to the state. M.Tech admissions. See, just like we talked about the cutoff for the EE branch, we'll also have the same cutoff data for EC branch as well, but that will come later. Right now we are talking about the M.Tech. The process is identical across board. It is only the cutoffs that will vary. Kiran Sir, important part is prioritization of the courses. Sir.
Thank you, sir. Dear students, especially for higher studies, selection of the course is important, as well as the institute is also important. देखिए, as per the packages, as per the demand, देखिए, now we can give the first preference to this microelectronics and VLSI. But the meaning of the star mark is especially in the many IITs, including that IISc Bangalore also, for interdisciplinary courses, what they do here, they conduct the separate interview also. Sometimes in some of the IITs, what they are doing here, they conduct the written test followed by interview. But generally for the core branches, they may recruit that directly. Now we can give the second preference, this integrated electronics and the circuits. And again, electrical student get one doubt here. Sir, हम तो electrical है, फिर electronics जाना है. देखिए, it completely depends upon the interest. Suppose if you want to settle down only in the power sector side, then go for the first option is the power electronics and drives. Otherwise, one more option is you can go for the power system. Some of the students they have interest only towards the electrical, they don't have interest towards the electronics. For them, go for the either power electronics or the power system. You may get the job in the in some of the IITs, the PSUs will recruit, or you'll get the good private companies are also there, like Tata Power, any other organizations. And if you have the interest on electronics, now it is the first option, it is the first one, it is second option, it is the third option. And other one is a signal processing in the communication. Again, jo order hai na, this order is approximately common for all the IITs, including for this IISc Bangalore also. And you can give the order of preference. Next you often go for the, sir, control automation, shall I put in the fifth position, sir? Control automation.
I mean, interchange is again
fourth
to
one,
some extent it's
fifth one. Shall I put the electronic system?
Sure, sir.
Okay,
Sure.
okay. But computer technology, देखिए computer technology के लिए क्या चाहिए बोल तो, if you have the good background about the programming, if you have the command over the C language and data structures, you can go for this one. मगर important point is you have to face the interview. If you have the proper commanding on that one, you can apply for this one also. Now from this one also you will get the good number of opportunities. Sir, this instrumentation is have the less opportunities, no? It is
instrumentation technology is offered by very few institutes. First thing, IISc probably is
priority is lesser when compared to
yes.
other.
That's the reason why you will notice that
yes,
these
sir.
are coming in the low decreasing order of importance.
Yes.
Yes.
Those who have interest in the AI or machine learning, they can go for this one.
Yes.
But they have to put the additional efforts, I think, because basically
AI/ML is an option which is open to candidates of all branches.
Yes, yes.
So again, those of you who are looking forward to diversifying, they can take a look at this course very seriously.
But they have to put the additional efforts because basically they are electrical.
Some extra effort
yes, sir.
to begin with.
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Come to the IISc Bangalore. Okay, in this one, if you come to the core branches, for core branches, what they do here, 100% gate score. Based on the performance gate score only, you'll be admission will be given. But again, if you come to the interdisciplinary courses, what they do here, 70% weightage is for the gate score and 30% for the written test or the interview. But here in the IISc Bangalore, one option is there. One option is a second class degree.
That's the only exception, in fact.
I think even IIT is also not giving this flexibility.
In fact, in all the IITs, barring maybe IIT Kanpur, you require to have a first class, 60% or a CGPA of 6.5. IISc and IIT Kanpur or IIT Madras, one of these two, they do not require a first class. Even if you are a second class holder in B.Tech, you are eligible to apply for M.Tech courses. That makes it good for candidates, who have narrowly missed their 60% mark. So this is really an opportunity. This is really an opportunity.
Sir, इधर भी स्टूडेंट्स को डाउट आते हैं ना 2004, 5 and 6 if they have the gate scores, out of the scores whichever score is
The highest,
not
the
rank.
No, gate score.
Gate
the
score
sole criteria, the sole deciding criteria by any of these IITs or any of the NITs, the CCMT process is your gate score. IIT Roorkee does it on the basis of gate marks, but NITs and majority of the other institutes, they are going purely based on gate score.
Dear students, this is the important point.
It's a very critical date.
It is
very critical date.
I think tomorrow is the last date.
Tomorrow is the last date for this, in case unless it gets extended.
Yes, sir. Yes. Now again in the IISc Bangalore, if you come to the first one here, M.Tech. That means M.Tech is approximately 2 years. And otherwise the M.Tech research. I think for research they conduct the additional interview also, I think. Yes, sir?
They conduct
the research interview.
Yes.
And if you have interest, dual degree, that means M.Tech and followed by the PhD. For this one also, I think you have to face the
interview. Incidentally, this process is common across EC also. So we will not repeat this part. So we will not be running through this aspect. So
I think basic procedure is same, sir.
Basic process is
electrical,
same,
electronics, and
irrespective of the branch.
instrumentation.
It's the
Only
core discipline or allied course.
Cutoffs are slightly different.
Cutoffs will vary.
Yes.
Cutoffs will vary. Other than that, it will be the same.
Again, the courses offered. If you come to the electrical engineering, just now I concluded. For the core branches, what they do here, direct selection, no interview.
No interview.
Just now I already give the weightage course selection. In that one, if you go to the first priority, sir, shall I give the first priority to the VLSI?
Generally, that is the most preferred.
Yes.
But here it is interview, gate plus interview.
Gate plus interview.
Because it is not the core branch.
Yes, sir.
That's why.
That means if he is going to interview for this one, means he has to prepare thoroughly electronics, even though he is electrical.
He has to prepare the courses that he has studied during B.Tech.
During B.Tech, yes, sir.
See, the objective of IISc or for that matter any IIT is to see whether you have done your graduation properly or it's a fluke.
Yes, sir.
So if you are saying, sir, I have prepared network analysis, they'll ask you questions from network analysis, but you have to perform. That is an aspect which you have to.
They may ask thoroughly about that
yes,
respective subjects.
Yes. And same thing holds good for BARC interview.
Okay.
Yes.
These are the last year cutoffs. Suppose if you see the cutoffs, artificial intelligence.
Sir, these are the cutoffs for eligible for admission, not the final admission.
Okay, eligible for admission.
This is like likely to be called for admission.
Okay.
So if your score is less than 800, don't expect admission for artificial intelligence in case your gate code is DA.
Okay.
That is the.
Yes, sir. Electrical,
the
I think 600 maximum, I think. Electronics, engineering, product design.
Yes.
Again, if you come to cutoff, smart manufacturing.
This is an interdisciplinary course, obviously.
Sir, इधर थोड़ा ज़्यादा देखिए sir. VLSC के लिए ज़्यादा देखिए.
It's the highest.
Yes, sir.
850 is probably the highest.
For instrumentation also, this is 800.
Yes.
And mobility engineering, what about the future of this one, sir?
Mobility engineering is basically the EVs.
EVs.
That's where the major pitch is.
In the upcoming, it may be very good. Okay.
Yes.
Again, the preferred
for the
sequence. No, it is always number one, sir. This IIT Bangalore, no comparison.
But there is one rider. See, when you are looking for opportunities which connect more with research related job opportunities, then IISc is to be preferred. But if your objective is placement, in that scenario, IIT Bombay, IIT Madras, IIT Delhi, any of these can be given the top preference.
Sir, generally in this IITs, what they do here for selection, they conduct the interviews also, I think.
Again, for core disciplines, it's directly based on gate score.
Okay, especially interdisciplinary.
Interdisciplinary, it is 70-30.
Yes, but in some of the IITs, as per
only
the branch,
direct admission.
Direct admission.
Direct admission, yes.
Sir,
only the top 6 or 7 IITs, they conduct interview. I think beyond Roorkee, even Roorkee does not conduct interviews. Kharagpur has interviews for some selected courses, but beyond Kharagpur, none of these IITs is conducting interview. But they may ask you to come for a counseling session. The reason why they want you to come for a counseling session is they want to see whether you are really interested or not. If you physically don't appear for the counseling discussion, that means your name is not in the running. That's the only extent. IIT BHU is one of the such institutes. Yes.
सर इधर भी कुछ स्टूडेंट्स को डाउट आते हैं सर एंड सम स्टूडेंट्स व्हाट दे डू हियर दे जॉइन द एमटेक बट दे कंटिन्यू द प्रिपरेशन फॉर द ईएससी उधर थोड़ा कंटिन्यू कर रहा हूँ कुछ इन विच आईआईटी थोड़ा रिलैक्सेशन ज्यादा रहते हैं सर
Important. It's a very important question sir has raised. Even lot of you might be having this question in your mind. Sir, which IIT should I join if my core objective is preparation for ESC? In that case, what I would suggest is, again based on the inputs given by students and an environment for preparation, Roorkee and Varanasi. These are the two IITs which can be preferred. And a third IIT is IIT Delhi.
Okay.
But IIT Delhi in some situations has a drawback because some of the professors are very, very strict. They don't bother about whether you are preparing for ES or not. They want their work to get done as per the schedule given to you. Whereas Roorkee and Varanasi, they are relatively giving you an opportunity to continue your preparation along with like-minded students. A lot of students who are taking admission to M.Tech courses in BHU and Roorkee, they are equally interested in preparing for ES, and that's why it gives you that distinctive edge. Again, applicable across the board, irrespective of the branch. Sir.
Yes. Now, if you come to the NITs, the top NITs are the Tiruchi, Warangal, and other one is the Surathkal.
Yes.
These are the first three ranks.
Correct.
Now, if you come to these three, we can interchange also. It depends upon the type.
Even in the top three, you can interchange depending on your locational preference.
Yes, sir. Yes,
like you are from Karnataka, you want to prefer studying in Karnataka, maybe Surathkal becomes your top choice. Unless that course is not available.
Placements also good, I think.
Placements are competitive.
I think when compared to that new IITs, this may be preferable.
This can be. In fact, the number of students they prefer to study at these top 6 NITs in comparison to some of the very new IITs purely because of placement opportunities.
Yes.
Purely because of
placements and good academics also.
Yes.
Senior faculty.
And it will be evident from the cutoff scores also.
Yes,
when you make a comparison of the cutoff at the new IITs versus the cutoff in NITs, you will notice that in some courses the cutoff in NIT, Trichy, Warangal and Surathkal is higher than the cutoff for the new IITs.
Now, these are the other NITs.
Yes.
Some of the other institutes.
Number of other institutes are going through the gate score, like Jadavpur University is a very old university based in Kolkata, COAP Pune, DIIT Pune, again very good institute. Then Peck University Chandigarh, DTU and NSUT both in Delhi. Then VJTI which is in Mumbai, Tejpur in Assam and Aligarh Muslim University which is in Aligarh. So next one. Yes. Then we have JNTU Hyderabad, multiple campuses, Indraprastha University in Delhi, then University of Hyderabad, again a very good university, Osmania in Hyderabad, Jamia in Delhi, ISI Kolkata, may not be for electrical engineering courses but for the other courses, TU South Campus, JNU Delhi is not for electrical but for electronics and computer science. Then IISc Trivandrum is a unique institute where almost you can say 50% of the admissions are for
it is very good, sir.
Sponsored candidates from ISRO.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
50% seats are sponsored from ISRO and 50% are open.
That means even though they are not getting admission, the IITs, NITs,
these
other
are
good institutes also
equally good opportunities.
In this one also good placements.
Yes. Then some of the other institutes, IIIT Hyderabad, BITS Pilani, GATE plus their own exam, BIT Mesra Ranchi, then Nirma Institute in Gujarat. Nirma is now a university incidentally, Shahzad University Punjab. Shahzad University, I'm sorry, it's not in Punjab but in UP. Then we have Banasthali in Rajasthan and Modi Institute in Lakshmangarh, Rajasthan, only for women. Dhirubhai Ambani Institute in Gandhinagar, Thapar University Patiala and VIT Vellore, again multiple campuses. There is another opportunity, for students who are looking forward to diversifying from their core branch of electrical engineering. This university, Plux University, which is based in Punjab, They are offering MS courses in artificial intelligence, and they are also having a webinar, I think on the 3rd of April. Those of you who are interested, they can register for the same. This is again, as I said, for those who are looking forward to diversifying their options, wanting to move away from the core branch.
Sir, I think they conduct their seminars also, no? This is some of the organizations.
Some of these institutes conduct seminar, otherwise most of them
About the regarding placements
yes,
and
yes.
the
They have
facilities.
this information either on the website or they keep conducting their promoting
Seminars,
website.
okay.
Yes, sir.
It is very important slide, I think, sir.
Critical.
Very important. Okay.
25th March, 25th March.
Tomorrow is a
One is IISc, the other one is IIT Gandhinagar. And IIT Delhi is fast approaching.
30th March.
Hopefully, IISc might extend it by a day or two, but not beyond. In fact, the earlier date mentioned on the IISc website was 23rd of March. Subsequently, I noticed that it has been modified to 25th March. I don't know whether they go beyond that or not, but yes, as of now, it is 25th of March. And the time limit, let me mention. That
Sir,
means just before midnight. Yes, sir.
One of the student asking is D2 is good for M.Tech in VLSI preparing for ESC together.
Definitely yes. I'll say yes for that. Go for it. Not a bad option. Yes.
IITs cutoff, sir.
Yes, sir. This part, of course, we have covered.
Yes,
Can go to the next one. All candidates admitted to M.Tech courses are eligible to receive a monthly MHRD scholarship of 12,400 per month. As of now, it has not been revised. They may or may not revise it, but as it stands today, it's 12,400 per month.
उधर हर एक सेमेस्टर का परफॉर्मेंस भी इम्पोर्टेंट
You
है सर.
have to pass.
पास.
You have to pass.
Okay.
Yes.
Minimum CGPA.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yes. And it's applicable for a maximum of 4 semesters. If your M.Tech is stretching to 6 semesters, no, you are not given any MHRD scholarship beyond the 4th semester. And it's in two formats, either a half-time teaching assistantship or a half-time research assistantship.
Sir, any additional advantage with this one?
Again, for candidates who are looking for research-related jobs.
Okay, sir. Okay.
But here there is one more thing which I want to mention. Even though the standard stipend is 12,400, in some IITs, those of you who are opting for HTRA, they may get a higher stipend, primarily because the professors are doing industry sponsored project,
Yes.
and they may engage the services of these research associates for assisting them in their industry related project work, and they may give them higher stipend. It's applicable particularly in IIT Madras. In fact, IIT Madras is a very big this industrial consultancy division, and that's the reason why number of internships are available for candidates who are particularly preferring to go to IIT Madras. This is something which has emerged for the last 3-4 years.
मगर स्टूडेंट थोड़ा एफर्ट ज्यादा पुट करना है सर.
Yes, yes, yes. Cutoffs. We are not talking about every individual cutoff, but what we'll do is we'll just stop at every slide for a few seconds. In case you want to take a click, you can do that. But this entire data will be made available to you on the MadeEasy app. You can download the MadeEasy app from Play Store or the App Store, and then this data will be getting uploaded for your branch after by Thursday evening.
I think
So
in
you can
Telegram
take-
also कुछ link given.
No, we are not.
Okay, sir.
No, not on Telegram, but this will be available on the app. You can download it from the, once you have downloaded that app on your phone, you can access the PDF of this entire data that we are discussing, so that you can at leisure go through and take a call, right? These are only for eligibility. These are not final admit cards.
Yes, sir. Okay,
This is only for eligibility. Again, available on IIT Delhi website.
This is all IIT Delhi.
These are all at IIT Delhi. I think there are 2 slides for IIT Delhi.
Okay, sir. Generally the same, approximately 470.
Same.
470,
This is like likely to be in
Yes,
consideration,
yes.
not final admit. But here,
इधर देखिए सर.
here is a jump. Here is a jump.
एक 470 से 900
Straight away to
लगा.
900. Straight away to 900.
That means demand is very very high.
Yes.
Sir, इधर देखिए in the EW also 900, OBC also 900. देखिए. Even for PH also 850, sir. This one.
Correct. Correct. Yes. For instrumentation, it is 800. For E, it is 850.
IIT Mumbai.
Mumbai, these are the final admits.
Yes.
These are not the eligible for cutoff, but these are the final admits branch wise. I mean, for these disciplines. Again, notice
Integrated
854.
circuits. Yes, sir. Yes,
See,
sir.
those of you who have put in questions like at my score, what can I do? Pay attention and identify which is the institute which is within your striking zone.
थोड़ा कोर ब्रांचेस को थोड़ा कम है सर.
Core courses के लिए कम है. Integrated circuits, it's extremely high in demand.
Yes, sir.
It's a demand supply game.
पैकेज थोड़ा ज्यादा है
It's
सर.
a demand supply game. Yes. Yes. At Madras, these are the gate codes which are eligible for the courses that have been listed in the first column. Right?
सर तो देखिए
Again,
954 सर.
these are for final admits, not just eligible for call, but final admits. Microelectronics again is high. EC, IN, EE. The same thing will be replicated in the EC slide also, but
Yes, sir.
here it is clearly mentioned. It's the same cutoff score for each of the three disciplines. Roorkee always talks about marks and therefore the marks, right?
कानपुर सर.
Kanpur,
थोड़ा पावर इंजीनियरिंग 660.
power engineering is 65 less. Control and automation is
थोड़ा
high
ज्यादा है
priority.
सर.
It's high priority. Yes. Kharagpur,
पूरा
here
core
relatively
branches,
low,
sir.
but it's only instrumentation and integrated electronics which is having a higher cutoff.
सर थोड़ा कोर ब्रांचेस के लिए मिनिशंस एंड कंट्रोल सिस्टम
Yes,
पावर
it's
सिस्टम थोड़ा
less.
कम हो गया
It's
सर.
less. It's less. I'm sure this is answering the question which you have posted in the chat box. Right? Guwahati has a cutoff of 459 for electrical and electronics engineers, but with a gate code EE. IIT Hyderabad, as I mentioned earlier, they are conducting almost 10 rounds. So essentially, this is the most probable cutoff of the last candidate admitted. And needless to say, 736
VLSA.
is standing out.
Sir, in the
VLSI.
new IITs, it is some good feedback, na? That
IIT Hyderabad has very good placements.
good feedback.
Yes, very good placements. And you will notice that even for the core electrical engineering courses, power electronics, systems and controls, the cutoff is relatively high.
Yes, sir. 6 not
600.
Yes, sir.
It's a high cutoff. Yes.
When compared to previous IITs, it is cut off is
Yes.
high.
Yes, sir. Gandhinagar.
Here also same thing. Again, first rank goes to the VLSI.
Yeah.
Sir,
Patna
remaining,
is high. Patna, it is high.
especially in communication system.
Yes,
engineering.
it's an exception.
थोड़ा VLSI तो कम हो गया सर इसका. थोड़ा
इसमें कम
five.
है, कम लोग जाते हैं.
हाँ.
IIT Jodhpur again multiple rounds. This minimum and maximum is based on the closing of the round 5 and closing of the round 10 or earlier round depending on the presence.
Total 10 rounds, sir. Total 10
Total
rounds.
10 rounds. Total 10 rounds. As you will see in the schedule of COAP, there are a maximum of 10 rounds. Institute may or may not participate in every round. Depending on the vacant seats, they will participate.
Sir, remaining IITs, shall I? go
Yeah,
fast?
one by one, we can just take the slides. Yes, sir.
Anyhow, students will get all these
Correct, sir.
PPTs now.
Yes, sir. IIT BHU एक बार दिखा दीजिए sir. Number of students may be interested.
Yes, sir. Yes.
IIT BHU has again here the cutoff for power electronics is very high. It's exceptional. It's exceptional.
In the electrical core branch, power electronics is the first place.
It's the first preference. Correct, sir. COAP is something which you must pay attention to. As I mentioned right in the beginning, everybody aspiring to join an M.Tech course must register on COAP if you are applying to IITs and IISc. It is mandatory. And we have to, sir, next.
Yes.
The registration has already opened with effect from 21st of March. Don't be in a hurry to register. It is not mandatory to register on COAP website. In case you are applying to IISc, you can submit the details or they will automatically fetch this information from the COAP portal. Candidate should have a valid gate score card. That means he should have qualified in any of these three. You are required to furnish the scorecards of every attempt that you have made where you have qualified. Don't miss out on furnishing the information that has been asked for. It will be important for you. The dates when the various rounds are being conducted. The first round, as per the schedule published, will open on 11th of May. And the first set of 5 rounds, which are in which almost every IIT will participate, they close on 10th of June. Beyond 5th round, participation is dependent purely on the number of seats which are vacant in a particular IIT. I will be conducting a separate session on COAP modalities, maybe after 3-4 days, and you can join that. It will be an open session which will be conducted through Zoom.
सर इधर भी स्टूडेंट्स का एक डाउट आता है सर, इज इट नेसेसरी टू अप्लाई सेपरेटली फॉर ईच IIT सर?
It is necessary to apply for the courses in each IIT. Some of the IITs allow you to apply for 3 disciplines in the core branch and a separate application for interdisciplinary.
Oh, interdisciplinary.
So this is the clarity that you must have. For interdisciplinary, some of the IITs are inviting a separate application. For the core stream, it's a separate application.
Dear students, it is very important.
Yes.
थोड़ा नोट कर लो जी.
Yes. This is the procedural detail. CCMT is the process for admission to NITs and a number of other institutes. There are 31 NITs and a number of other centrally funded engineering colleges, plus some other institutes. All the IIITs are opting via the CCMT process, and then PEC University Chandigarh, then SLEET Longowal in Punjab, then NIFT in Ranchi, and then NITTR in Chandigarh. They are again going through the CCMT process.
Sir, maximum selection based on only gate.
Only gate. There is no interview, there is no nothing.
Only gate score.
And the process will open from the 3rd week of May.
Yes.
Likely to open from 15th of May this year. Last year they had released the advertisement on the 14th of May. So this year, give or take a day or two, they are likely to be releasing in the same time frame, and the actual process will begin in the 1st week of June. So essentially speaking, after 3 rounds of COAP are over, then only CCMT will come into picture.
I think some of the 3 is also good, sir. Good placements are there.
Very good placements, sir. For VLSI related courses, they have excellent placement. But here is a catch. You must score 60% or a CGPA of 6.5, and there is no conversion formula. What you see is what you get, which means whatever is mentioned on your mark sheet issued by your college or university, if it is percentage, they will take that percentage. If it is CGPA, they will take that CGPA. But to be able to apply to CCMT, you must cross the threshold which has been mentioned. 60% for general category or 55% for SC/ST category. General, OBC, EWS, same percentage applies. This is for admission to NITs and various other participating institutes.
IISc में थोड़ा flexibility है ना sir? Second
IISc and IIT Madras, they are allowing even second class.
That is the advantage for
yes, sir.
students.
The details of the process we will be discussing in separate sessions for each branch separately as soon as the CCMT advertisement is released. Last year, as I was mentioning, the registrations opened on the 14th of May. So this year it's likely that it will open plus minus 1 day. There is no limit on the number of choices, and first 3 rounds are obviously critical. There is a lot of data here, so we are not going to be spending time, but what I'll do is I'll pause at every slide for a second or two just to give you the opportunity of looking at it. Trichy, here the point to be noted is that the maximum is the opening of first round and the minimum is closing of 3rd round. That is the aspect which you have to pay attention to. We have tried to list for the EE related courses for all the NITs. In fact, all the NITs are covered in this process one by one.
Student can understand one point, sir. Whichever have in the high cutoff, it is the more demand.
Straight away, and this is the pattern. This is the pattern which I have consistently observed during the last 3 years.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They can easily identify based on the cutoff.
Yes, yes. For Warangal,
इधर भी देखिए sir. Follow
669 highest.
Highest.
Within Calicut, 527 is the highest.
Everywhere polytronics highest for electrical core branches.
Surathkal offers only one specialization, which is power and energy systems. Allahabad, Rourkela has a high cutoff. Then we have for Bhopal, Jaipur. Jaipur again, renewable energy is a course which is gaining a lot of traction. But then the minimum is 370.
In the coming days, students get good opportunities.
Yes, sir. Surat, Jalandhar, Kurukshetra. Then we have Nagpur, Durgapur, Hamirpur in Himachal, Patna in Bihar, Jamshedpur in Jharkhand, Silchar, Srinagar, Raipur. Somebody had asked me which option can I get in NIT Srinagar. Here, I am sure you would have seen it. Raipur.
Sir, this is the minimum after which round, sir?
This is closing of the third round.
Closing the third
We have intentionally not included the cutoff data of the special rounds because it may or may not be there.
Okay.
That's why. Agartala, Manipur, Uttarakhand. Uttarakhand, it's surprisingly, the opening was very high.
Oh, 570.
Yes. Meghalaya and Shibpur. There is absolutely no interview for any of these institutes. It's direct admission purely based on gate score. And gate score of which is the highest amongst the last 3 years, 24, 25, 26. NIT Delhi, Goa, then we have Puducherry, Institute of Information Infrastructure Technology, which is in Ahmedabad. This is a relatively new entrant. This is the IISc in Trivandrum, offering 3 courses. This is for DSP.
DSP
yes,
thoda
it's high.
dominate kar rahe.
Yes. Bhagalpur Triple IT,
For electronics.
right? And now we are starting with EC. Again, remember one thing, we will skip through the common parts. We will not devote any time. We will focus only on the cutoffs related to the EC and IN branches.
The selection process is approximately same, sir.
It's
Only
100%
cutoffs
same.
are
It is
slightly
like
different.
core versus interdisciplinary.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's a pattern which is uniform across the board. Instrumentation cutoff has drastically increased this year,
बहुत ज़्यादा है, sir. 39.8.
which means it was much easier than last year's gate. And I'm sure candidates who appeared last year as well as this year, they'll bear testimony to this. Electronics exam looks to be slightly more difficult, slightly easier.
Slightly increased was, sir, when
Yes,
compared to
so
last year.
there is an increase.
Thoda increase
See,
was.
25 is always the minimum.
Yes, sir.
Even if the paper is very difficult, still the minimum
okay,
benchmark
is always,
is,
okay,
yes,
okay.
that's it. That's why. Again, this is a table which is based on the range of marks and scores. Top 10 ranks could be attracting a gate score.
Electrical से थोड़ा ज़्यादा है, sir, when compared to electrical.
हाँ,
थोड़ा. Yes.
For EC, it is relatively higher.
Yes, sir.
Again, as I said, this is based on the data which is available with us, based on what scorecards have been submitted by the candidates to us.
देखिए sir,
Right?
only 2 marks different, sir. 60 to 60.
2 marks and you have 100 ranks here and there.
Wide variation.
Yes. I mean, if you look at 60, which gives you a rank of 300, and you look at
1.5, sir.
57, here it is just 1.5.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See, from 60 and 57.3, almost 200 ranks. That means within 2.6 marks, there are 200 ranks. For instrumentation, obviously, the picture is totally different. The same cutoff scores are changing here. Again, based on the data available with us.
This is a
This we have already discussed,
Yes, sir.
so we'll just skip it. Now we talk about the cutoffs for PSUs. The
Yes,
process we have already discussed.
Yes, sir.
The process we have already discussed. We'll just go over to the cutoff data. Here we are. For BARC, the cutoff for EC this year
25
is 788.
थोड़ा increase हुआ, sir, when compared last year.
Last year it was 663. It's a big jump.
Jump
It's
हुआ,
a very big jump. But for IN, it is 503.
sir. ये भी बहुत jump हुआ, sir.
ये बहुत jump हुआ sir. Again, maybe there are lesser number of vacancies. But there is a very interesting information which I want to share. In case of instrumentation, the worst selection ratio I have seen is 1:35.
Very high competition, sir.
3 selections out of 105 interviews. This was probably in the year 2015 or something. They had shortlisted 105 candidates from instrumentation stream, and they found only 3 candidates worthy of being selected.
That means they won't compromise.
They won't compromise. They don't compromise.
Process,
No, they don't compromise. They don't.
They give the priority.
And they do not announce the number of vacancies beforehand.
Oh,
it varies from year to year.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. Okay. NPCIL gate cutoff for getting an interview call for EC last year was 651. The previous year it was 662. That means marginally reduced. For instrumentation, last year it was 378.
थोड़ा increase हुआ sir इधर.
थोड़ा सा,
Yes.
बस. But this year it may see an increase.
Yes, sir.
See, for again out of interest for you, the total number of vacancies in NPCIL every year is approximately 400.
Very big figure, sir.
All branches put together, which means EE, EC, IN, CE, ME, chemical, all branches put together for NPCIL. The total number of vacancies every year is 400 plus minus 500. That's it. These are the cutoff. The cutoff for gate 25 is based on the gate score of 23, 24, 25. So this year it will be based on 24, 25, 26. It's an important slide for you in case you are looking at NPCIL for making your career point. PGCIL cutoff for EC is generally high.
थोड़ा high sir, 62.
62.33 is a pretty high score.
Yes.
Yes, these are marks.
Improve हुआ sir, ये भी
10 marks का increase है sir. 10 marks का increase है. And PGCIL is having a separate business stream which is for EC students.
Okay.
They have an optical fiber communication division, which is where they are deploying electronics candidates.
I think they give good package now also, sir. Package also.
PGCIL package is at par with IOCL and ONGC.
Very good. Okay.
It's a Maharatna company.
Okay.
And despite the fact that it's not a high turnover company, but the high profitability company.
Good.
That's why. NTPC is purely based on gate rank, no interview, direct admission. Last year's cutoff rank. This is cutoff rank. For EC, general category is 479. For instrumentation, it's 1498.
NTPC में electronics से थोड़ा कम रहते हैं sir vacancies when compared to electronics.
Vacancies for electronics are relatively less. Instrumentation is more.
Instrumentation थोड़ा है. Okay.
But the job profile of EC and instrumentation is almost interchanged.
Okay.
Yes. And likewise for the other categories. This year's cutoffs will be based on gate 25. And the new recruitment that will happen next year will probably be based on gate 26. GAIL cutoffs. GAIL also recruits electronics engineers and instrumentation engineers. For instrumentation, obviously, it's a very low cutoff, almost just qualifying marks. And unreserved category last year for EC was high, 51.33. This is primarily for the monitoring of the pipeline. BIS, Bureau of Indian Standards, had recruited this year for electronics team. High cutoff 858.
थोड़ा electrical से थोड़ा कम है sir.
थोड़ा कम. Yes. But computer के लिए बहुत high था.
Okay.
There was probably just one vacancy.
Okay.
Yes. For ECIL, earlier 23 they had recruited based on GATE. Now they are conducting their own exam. I think notification has already been released. Some of you might be applying for it. Airport Authority, direct recruitment based on GATE scorecard. 24 cutoff was 643. 25 cutoff is not available as of now. So therefore not furnished here. NHPC, high cutoff, not very low. This based on gate 24, not for gate 25.
Slight difference है sir. OBC and
बहुत कम difference है.
Difference कम है.
बहुत कम difference है. Yes. IOCL not relevant now because they are not recruiting based on gate. ONGC again not relevant. M.Tech. Here again some discussion for prioritizing. Sir.
Yes, yes. Dear students, previously if you come to electrical, some student may have interest towards the electrical, that's why they can go for the power electronics or they can go for power system. If they have interest towards the electronics, they can go for that microelectronics or other branches also. Okay, now these are the preference order for especially for electronic students. Now as per demand, that means with respect to package and with respect to market demand, this is the preference order. Okay, जो star mark है ना, the star mark is the interdisciplinary courses. For that one, you have to appear for the interview also. But if you come to electronics core branches के लिए, there is a direct selection is there. Again, previously already concluded that IISc Bangalore selection procedure previously already concluded. Though जो selection procedure है ना, it is the same for electrical, electronics as well as the instrumentation. Now 100% gate score for the core branches. But for interdisciplinary courses के लिए, and 70% weightage for the gate and 60% for the written test. Written test are sometimes what they do, instead of written test they make under the interview. Some cases they go for the both written test as well as the interview. Magar I already concluded, now one of the major advantage the second class degree, the student who got the second class in degree is also can he also can apply for this one. Magar out of all these 3 years, whichever gate score is high, try to use that one to get the admission for this one. Okay, previously I already concluded, it is very very important point. Tomorrow is the last date to apply for this one. No, previously already concluded, here also same thing. M.Tech is duration approximately 2 years. But if you come to MS Sir, it may goes to approximately 2.5 to 3 years. But for the MS, you have to appear for interview also. Again for the dual degree also you have to face the interview, gate score as well as the you have to go to interview. You get the M.Tech and followed by PhD. Now this is the priority. Previously already concluded. The first priority always goes to which one here? This micro electronics and VLSI. Is the first priority. The first one priority. देखिए sir, for electronics के लिए what about the production design sir? Production design. Whatever.
More like an interdiscipline course.
More interdisciplinary.
It's an interdisciplinary course. Generally less preferred.
Less preferred.
Generally less preferred, sir.
What about the nanoscience and nanoscience engineering?
Again,
it is
unless
also,
you have specific interest in this.
Oh, otherwise,
yes.
Very less interest.
Yes.
I think this is also, less,
Climate science again.
Depends.
See, admissions are available to these courses, but then because of being interdisciplinary in nature, lesser electronics candidates are looking at this.
But this is a good, I think. Electronic system engineering is a good.
This is a good course. ESE is a very good course. Electronic system engineering at IISc is one of the prime courses for EC candidates.
Yes, sir. Now, this is the previous cutoffs. If you observe here, again the electronics 680 and communication थोड़ा cutoff थोड़ा कम है जी जनरल कैटेगरी के लिए, पर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक स्टूडेंट्स के लिए 625. अगेन आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, मगर देखिए कॉम्पुटेशनल डेटा साइंस, देखिए डियर स्टूडेंट्स सिंपली रिमेंबर एज ए विच एवर कट ऑफ इज हाई दैट कोर्स हैव द हाई डिमांड. इन दैट वे आप चेक कर लो. आप देखिए VLSI कट ऑफ देखिए इंस्ट्रूमेंटेशन के लिए 800 एंड EC के लिए 685, मगर इलेक्ट्रिकल देखिए 850. इट इज हैव द वेरी हाई डिमांड. मगर इलेक्ट्रिकल स्टूडेंट से सेलेक्ट करते समय थोड़ा ध्यान से चेक कर लो जी. Those who have in the interest towards the electronics, that student only prefer this one. ऐसा नहीं है कि मुझे पावर सिस्टम पसंद है मैं इधर गया तो again you face so many problems.
See, but cutoff for EC is low.
Yes sir, yes sir.
Yes.
Again the mobility engineering is a quantum technology opportunity. कैसे रहते सर इसका quantum technology?
This is a growing field. This is a growing field.
In the coming days it may be.
It may. Yes.
Now these are the some other courses.
These are primarily the interdisciplinary courses where 70% based on gate score and plus 30% performance in the interview.
Is only based on GATE
Purely
score.
based on
Yeah.
GATE score, sir.
No
No
interview,
interview.
no
No
interview.
interview.
Okay.
Direct admission, sir.
Again, the order always first rank goes to the IISc in this one. Again, the
But
second
with
rank
the
goes
same rider. What I mentioned for electrical
Academics.
engineering, it's the same here. In case you are research oriented mindset, prefer IISc. In case your goal is placement in industry, then IIT Bombay, IIT Madras can be overtaking IISc.
Okay. I think these are the top IITs, sir. I think.
Yes, exactly.
So here also again, NITs first one is the Warangal, Tiruchi, and Surathkal. For electrical also approximately same order.
Similar.
Slight
But these are
variation.
interchangeable.
Slight,
These
slight
are
change.
interchangeable depending on the course that you are looking at. Yes.
But when compared to that new IITs, these institutes are good, I think.
At times, these are preferred by the candidates.
With respect to placements,
Yes,
with
sir.
respect to academic
Yes, sir.
performance.
See, when you look at the cutoff data, you will realize that the cutoff for VLSI courses in some of these institutes is much higher than for the new IITs.
So these are some other entries.
Yes, sir. Number of triple IITs are offering courses.
I think sir, Triple IT Hyderabad is conducting separate test, I think, sir.
Separate test.
They conduct
Yes,
separate test.
Yes.
But the demand is very high, I think.
Triple IT Hyderabad is one of the oldest triple ITs. In fact, I remember even for undergraduate courses, for B.Tech courses, triple IT Allahabad, Gwalior and Hyderabad. They started in the year 2000.
Okay.
All other triple ITs came later.
Okay.
And some of the triple ITs only started for PG admission.
Placement be both very good, sir. I think placement.
Extremely good. Extremely good.
Very good packages.
Yes. Yes. Number of other institutes which are offering admission based on the GATE score. The list is almost similar to what we had for electrical. It's the same. You would notice the same names are appearing here. Then we have another list. Delhi University we had included in the list of E courses, but they are offering courses in electronics.
Sir, in these institutes also they get the stipend.
Yes, they get stipend. Any admission based on GATE score is with 12,400 stipend. In fact, some institutes like BITS Pilani, even if the admission is not based on GATE score, but they match that stipend.
Oh, very good.
They do that.
Okay.
They offer that. Yes. In fact, Delhi University South Campus, they started off with a course on M.Tech in microwaves in the year 1976. It was an initiative of Professor G.P. Srivastav, who started this course way back in 1976, operating from the South Campus.
Okay, approximately 50 years back, sir.
50 years, exactly 50 years.
50 years.
It commenced in 50 years. First batch pass out was in 1978.
That means it's very old campus.
It's a very old campus. It's functioning from the South Campus.
Okay.
Delhi University South Campus, which is near the Dholakma.
That means their academic performance
is very good.
Very good, I think.
Yes, it's very good. Yes. Separate test, BITS Pilani, Hyderabad, BITS Metsra. Then we have Nirma, Sharda University, VIT Vellore. VIT Vellore is at multiple locations, Thapar in Patiala only. Then again, repeating here also, the Pilaksh University is offering a Master and MS program in Artificial Intelligence. And they are conducting a webinar on the 3rd of April. In case you are interested, you can submit your details.
Either maximum cases में stipend नहीं आते ना sir?
Is there?
Okay.
It's there.
Even though they are conducting
even if it is not a separate M.Tech, but
okay.
Again funded by MHRD only.
Okay, sir.
It's again MHRD funded. Yes. Cutoff dates are important. Again, it's a repetition only. 25th March for IISc and for IIT Gandhinagar.
I think it's similar to the electrical, I think.
It's same. It's same slide. We'll skip this process part and only look at the cutoff. Sir. Pause.
Yes. Again for IIT Delhi, check here to computer technology. I think cutoff is same for all the branches.
These are not final cutoffs. These are likely to be offered.
I think in some of the IITs there is no separate electronics branch. I think in the electrical branch.
Majority of them they have electrical engineering department, electrical engineering, under which the various electronics courses are offered.
Yes, sir. Yes.
It's the same. 475, 475, 430, 430 everywhere. This is where
interdisciplinary specialization.
The fight begins.
Now VLS again dominating. Electronics 825, electrical is a 900.
Yes.
Again, electronic system.
These are final cutoffs.
These are again 787.
Yes. And incidentally, electronic system engineering program in IIT Bombay is a very sought after program, very high in demand. But the highest honors goes to integrated circuits.
Integrated circuits.
854.
Okay. Again here 881, sir. Again VLSI.
VLSI 881, needless to say. Yes.
And this systems and instrumentation.
Sir, the highest is 944.
Oh, integrated circuit, sir. Sir, 944 means very, very high, sir.
It's like top 20, top 50, upper worst case top 50.
Okay.
Yes.
I think these are the
IIT Roorkee gives cutoff marks.
Okay,
yes.
okay.
Yes. And they have provided full information this year. In 24, they did not give any information.
Sir, this cutoff also very high, sir. Micro is 75 marks.
Sir, it is microelectronics. Microelectronics. That's why it's 75.8. IIT Kanpur.
Okay. Here also again the same. Well, sir, is
967 is the opening and closing is at 850.
Okay.
Yes. Here it is relatively less, 745 only. IIT Kharagpur. Yes.
ये भी थोड़ा कम हो गया.
वाराणसी में तो कम है, 655 है. Hyderabad.
हैदराबाद भी थोड़ा ज्यादा है, sir.
736. Yes, but compared with the others, this is less.
Yeah, less, sir. When compared, those are premier, na, sir.
Yes.
Gandhinagar thoda kam hai, sir.
Gandhinagar is less. Yes, it is even lesser. Bhilai.
Bhilai, Patna. Here I am passing, sir. क्यों मतलब सब कुछ student को मिल जाते हैं सब.
Exactly. Correct. QAP process we have discussed, so
this process same for electrical, electronics.
Yes. It's across the board. CCMT process is again the same. We'll just run through the cutoffs so that you can take a look at it.
Yes, sir.
And we'll just run through.
देखिए सर इधर कट ऑफ थोड़ा ज्यादा है सर compared to
so new IITs have a lesser cutoff in comparison with NIT
721 आ गई.
Yes. And this is the 690 is the closing of round 3 incidentally.
इधर भी देखिए सर वरंगल भी ज्यादा है.
NIT Warangal 707 going down to 651 in the worst case. Calicut is 620. High.
That means in the top NITs also dominating.
Yes. Look at this, sir. Surathkal is the top of the line.
When compared to that one, okay. Surathkal is top 3 na. Top 3 में है ना.
Exactly. Exactly.
The signal processing भी ज्यादा है.
SPML is very high here.
722 है.
Yes.
और Allahabad ये भी ज्यादा है सर 692. That means ये इधर भी competition ज्यादा है.
बिल्कुल. Raurkela is 686.
Again same thing.
Signal processing is high here.
Yes sir. Signal processing dominate किया इधर.
Yes.
That means indirectly thumb only easy to understand is whichever the cutoff is
higher the cutoff, more sought after is the program. Yes. Bhopal, Jaipur, Surat. See, just to sum up, at every stage we are there for you. We'll provide you all the guidance that is needed, whether it is in terms of prioritizing NITs or prioritizing courses. When CCMT registrations open, I'll be conducting separate sessions for each branch where we'll discuss about the nitty-gritties and also comment on your preferred choices. Stay tuned to information that is being published in the MADEZ official Telegram channel so that you do not miss out on any of these notifications. It's required for you to inform us. Only then we will know that you are interested. Because I won't know whether you have got a call from a particular PSU or you are preparing for a particular M.Tech admission. Unless you inform us, we will not know. So please stay connected. That's the most important part. Right? I'll just run through this and then I'll give you 2 email IDs.
Yes, sir. After mail ID, the student will get
In case you have got a PSU call, please inform by mail to interviews at madeasy.in. Do not forget to include your call letter and admit card for PSU. Right?
Is the mail ID?
This is the email ID.
ध्यान से copy कर लो जी.
Please make a note of it. Second important is, in case you have any queries related to admission, preference, choice or anything, you can send a mail to me. But what you must include, yes, DK Arora.
DK Arora.
But you must include your branch, rank, marks, score and category in one single mail itself. Otherwise, I'll have to keep on asking you, give me this information, give me that information, and it will not be worth wasting time. So mention all these details in your mail and your specific query. I'll ensure that you receive the reply within an outside limit of 48 hours. Generally, it is much earlier, but maybe for the next 2 days, it will take up to 48 hours. Otherwise, I normally respond within 24 hours. Don't be shy of asking your questions. We'll keep inviting you for discussion related to career options from time to time, but the notification for that is generally given in the MadeEasy official Telegram channel as well as all the branch Telegram groups. So if you are connected to any of these Telegram groups, we'll keep receiving the updates. Don't miss out so that you don't miss the opportunity of having this meaningful discussion. Once again, before we finally sign off, you can download the MadeEasy app from the Play Store or App Store, and you will be able to download this cutoff data PDF from Thursday evening onwards. So important for you, download, give it a careful look before you decide on which institutes to apply for and which are the institutes and courses which are within your striking range. I hope that we have been able to provide you a wholesome input into the options that you were looking for, whether it is with regard to the courses, whether it is with regard to the preferred institutes, or even getting an insight into the cutoffs for various PSUs. Sir.
Dear students, if you have any queries, feel free to send the mail to the, especially regarding the M.Tech admissions for this one, and regarding the PSU, because some students have some fear about the interviews. आपका PSU का कुछ तो भी appointment order आ गए तो that means regarding the, if you clear the any written test,
if you clear, yes,
try to send the mail to the sir.
Must inform. We'll conduct a session for each PSU. We'll be doing it for each PSU, or if it is around the same time, then maybe 2 or 3 PSUs get combined in the same session. But it will be a very useful interaction and a lot of fears you will be able to shed. Okay.
Wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. Our best wishes. Stay tuned and get connected. Thank you very much.